This 25 minutes, I will talk you through the Hanze University of Applied Sciences in Groningen, a long name for a university. I will talk to you a little bit about the university, about the programs, about the city. And for all of you here in the audience, maybe some of you I already spoke to, and otherwise later on I will be at the fair to speak to you and to continue with all your questions. I hope I will do the presentation for now in 25 minutes. If we finish earlier, I have also time for questions. We're in the Groningen, and the Groningen is in the northern part of the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is, as you can see, situated between the UK and Germany. You already know, and Groningen is very close to the German border, but also very close to Amsterdam. You probably know Amsterdam as the capital city. 2 hours by train, and you will be from the airport into our city center. Groningen is a student city. We have 232,000 population, and 60,000, more than 60,000 are students. Later on today, there will be also a presentation of the University of Groningen. And together we have these, offer these 61,000 students a lot of programs, but it means it's 1 of 4 is a student. So you can imagine that the street is full of students. When I go into the city center, or I want to go to the library, you see students all over, and students like it. It's well organized. There is a lot of things to do for students, and they have a proper study time. Oh, I had to touch the screen, sorry. Coming back to the university, we are a University of Applied Sciences, and we started already a few decades ago, we started with 1 program, and actually with 2 programs, and actually one of them is still in our portfolio. That's the painting, so that's a very old program. In the meantime, we have a lot of more programs. We have over 70 or 80 programs. Most of them are in Dutch, but we also have 25 programs fully in English and fully international. And that means in these 25 programs, 10% of our student population is into these programs. And if I say international, it's also that it's not only a translation, it's an international program. So the staff is international, students are international, but also our projects and internships are international organized. We prepare you for a job all over the world. So not for Taiwan, not only for the Netherlands, we prepare you for all over the world. I mentioned, and that's probably good to know, and you will have a lot of presentations today, and maybe you will attend more, so maybe you will hear the stories a very few times. But in the Netherlands, we have 2 types of universities. For the people here in the conference room, when you go outside, you will see research universities and you will see University of Applied Sciences. Degrees are the same. You will have a bachelor or a master degree or a PhD degree, but the way of teaching is a little bit different. In our applied sciences, we have a more practical orientated approach. We work a lot with projects. We work a lot with companies already during studies. And every student in our bachelor program will have an internship. That means 1 semester working in a company or organization is mandatory for all students. The programs in our applied sciences that might be also slightly different from the research are mostly 4-year programs. For Taiwanese high school graduates, they can directly apply to our 4-year programs. For the master programs, we have programs from 1.5 till 2 years. Tick. Well, a little bit about education, and this might be also, you will hear it if you pass all the booths later on. The education in the applied sciences is that we ask a lot from you as a student. We ask you to prepare well. We ask you to be an active student in the classroom, and we ask you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone, Get yourself thinking. It's not copy pasting what the lecturer says. It's more about working on in a group on your projects and learning independently the theories. That means that for some students, it might be a challenge in the beginning. Students say to me, I'm a little bit overwhelmed in the beginning because it's different. It's a different approach. It's different classrooms. It's different language. But you will adapt now. It's my experience about you will adapt fast. That's what students say because everybody is in the same situation in your class. So your English will improve fast, but also you will improve fast your personal skills because that's what we also spend a lot of time. It's not only the content of the program, it's also like presentation, it's also like networking, it's also like developing your all kind of personal skills. Lecturers are more coaching, so they help you to get into it. And we also have academic advisors. Very common to ask questions if you have any problems or if you have any questions. That's what Dutch people like, so please do it when you're studying. Oh, sorry, it's the technology. Come to the programs. I mentioned that we have a good portfolio in different fields. Anyone in the classroom was in the conference room who is interested in bachelor programs? Can you raise your hand? Yeah, I know where you're interested in. Yes, okay. We have programs in art, business, communication, engineering, and health. And as you can see, most of them are 4 years, except for a few who are 3-year programs. And all programs, including the 3-year programs, will have a mandatory internship and exchange program. I will continue to our master portfolio. So who is in master? Should be the rest of it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Our master programs are, as mentioned, mostly 1.5 or 2 years. And in painting, or in art, in business, communication, and engineering. As you can see, all programs are full-time programs except for architecture. Architecture is a 4-year part-time program in which you combine working. You also can see a few programs related to energy. So in the business one, you see energy for society, you see sustainable energy, and in the engineering, we have renewable energy. There are a lot of programs in this field, but actually energy is a topic in our city. Also the research university, which will come later, do have programs in the energy field, the renewable energy, of course. And we also work a lot together. We have good equipment to do research by there. I will continue. What we do is that we have several learning centers or working centers, you can name it if you want to, but it means that we have really good facilities for students who are working in the energy field. And I mentioned already the 3 master programs who are specialized in the energy field, but actually every program in the Hanze University of Applied Science has projects related to energy. So even if you do the art program or if you do the communication program, energy will be part of it. Same for healthy aging and entrepreneurship. Of course, the content will be different because, sorry, a music student will have completely different content than an engineering student, but it still will be related to healthy aging or energy. In these centers, we work together with companies. Over 200 partners in the area are working together in our energy center. That means they do research, students, companies, and teachers. So even the lecturers might be the researchers in the project. Entrepreneurship is actually the same. Students, businesses starting their own business, and lecturers are coaching. Well, the main part is, and it's general for all universities actually, but if you have a master degree, I cannot say if you will be accepted based on your degree right now, because it should be relevant. You can imagine that if you have art and you want to do art of a Bachelor of Art and you want to go to a engineering, that's not possible. There should be some relevance, but there is a gray area, of course. If you do business, you have to do business, but sometimes you have combination bachelor. So I always say, upload your documents, we will do the check. But it should be in somehow some related. If you say I have an engineering and you want to do a business program, you will not be eligible because it's not a relevant bachelor degree. All our master degrees will get you to a strategic level of your bachelor degree. Next to that, and I cannot say it as much as possible, check websites, please check websites. What are deadlines? What are the extra requirements to check? Because these are all different for all programs, not only per university. No, even programs have different deadlines, have different extra requirements. For the art programs, of course, you need to send in a portfolio. And for some, you need to send in a motivation letter. For the bachelor programs, well, I think there was only one hand. So, and we already talked, you need a diploma or IB diploma or a Taiwanese high school diploma. Again, for the 4-year programs, you will be eligible for with your high school, Taiwanese high school diploma. And with the IB, you will be also accepted by the 3-year programs. Well, some other practical things. If you want to study next year, September, you can apply right now. You can apply in StudyLink. If you follow today all the presentations, you will see the same. StudyLink is the main database where you can start applying for a program in the Netherlands. You make an account, and after that, you will be transferred to the university of your choice. It's possible to apply for more programs, but I always say only apply if there is a selection in the program to have a plan B. Otherwise, I would say make a good choice before applying. But if you have to wait on selection or admissions or acceptance, then have a plan B. We talked about the requirements. We look at your diploma. So upload your diploma. If you don't have your diploma yet, you have to upload your degree or your grades from last semester. And then we will check if your final diploma will be eligible. Some programs have extra requirements. The main thing is we do not hardly check any GPAs or specific scores. It should be your diploma, should be enough. Again, check the deadlines because they might be different. And also check, the information about the tuition fees. Tuition fees for our university for non-EU students. So if you have a non-EU nationality, we look at nationality, not in the country you're living or not in the country you did your bachelor or your high school. We look at your nationality. That means 7,900 for 1 year. Again, we were talking about the financial guarantee. That's from our immigration that starts after immigration that you can survive for 1 year. And for our master programs, it's worth checking if we have scholarships, but I have to mention that we have very, very limited offers for scholarships. Just talking about, and then I will come back to finance again. After graduation, you will have a 1-year exemption of your visa. That means the Dutch government will offer you 1 year to find a job in the Netherlands. That's good because then you have some time after your graduation. But as I mentioned already, You start from day one working with companies. You will have an internship. So what I always say is that actually your network starts from day one, from your starting your study, or maybe it even starts now. Get as much as people involved that you're looking what you're doing, tell them what you want and how you will, when you will finish to find a job as well. Sorry. So it's really important to work on your life after studying. And I mentioned already the worldwide jobs. Coming back to the financial part, please also make a budget plan. The budget plan will be, part of it is the housing. Housing is expensive in the Netherlands. That means that a big part of your budget will be spending on the housing. Next to that, of course, you need costs for living, expensive. And coming back to the housing, if you're applying September 23, please start looking for housing in May. It's a challenge, but if you start on time, it will be fine. Do it on forehand. That's very important. I see I see the website doesn't fit. It's at home in Groningen. I think it's mixed. Two websites are mixed. Go to the website of Hanze, type in housing, and you will find the website. I think living costs are a little bit more than here in in Taiwan. So make sure you bring enough, and especially transport is expensive. So that's why we all ride a bicycle. Maybe for most of the students, the first thing they buy is a bicycle. Because as I mentioned, our city, 260,000 people, 230,000 people, they all live in a common area in the area, and I live in the south, and the campus is in the north, and it's only half an hour by bicycle. And that's what we do. It's easy to go, even -2, as it is at the moment. Good, that's actually my story. Main thing is that, of course, I would like to continue our conversation later on in the booth. I'm here together with an alumna. She studied International Business Master. So please ask us a lot about it. And I would also like to mention that we have an online open day in the beginning of December. Please apply. You will get a link to all our programs and get as much as information as you need. By then, students will be there, teachers will be there to explain about the program, but also to explain about application and so on. So it's important to get as much as information. And that's also, I cannot say enough, that it's really important to get as much as information. Not only on the open days, there are so much opportunities. You know, we offer all these opportunities for students. So please use it, because I'm a student counselor as well, and I do online consultations. So actually the university is paying me to do this all. So please use it, because otherwise they will say, what are you doing? If you have any questions, please contact me. We're there for you. And that's actually the same during your studies. We have a lot of counseling. If there's problem financial, if you have any problems, we have a lot of help. And for us Dutch people, it's really, we're used to ask for help. And I can imagine that if you're if you're not used to that, you might say, okay, I just wait till I do it. No, please. As mentioned, we have a lot of people who are really paid for to help your students. And also, if you have any questions as a parent, just contact us. We really love to help you. Well, just an overview. Maybe for some of you, or I hope for all of you, this will be the place to be and the place to live next year, or maybe the year after. This is actually an overview of the city. Looking into the conference room, if there are any questions that I can cancel right now, tackle right now.
桌上的 麦克风，谢谢，谢谢。
Oh, what chic. Like,
Because you mentioned that there is limited scholarship. So is that all the same in Netherlands University or only for Hanze University?
for now, I'm only speaking about my university. Yes, because I don't know what the reasons are, and I know that there's some have them, but there's no university who have scholarships for everybody. I know for sure. There is a website, I think, on the study grant finder, grantfinder.nl, that gives an overview of all the scholarships in the Netherlands. But main thing is also on every web page that you go to the site. We have hanze.nl/scholarships, must be maastricht.nl scholarships. So we'll be fine. Just check.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Still have 2 questions.
No, great. Yeah.
What about the health insurance?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know the exact amount. I think it's 300 euros.
650 to 750 euros per year for international students.
Yeah, but I also think that you will get a partly repaid as well. Because I think it's less, but we have to check the website because the insurance will be part of your financial guarantee. Before you start, you have to pay 20,100 euros as a financial guarantee, and that will be paid back when you start your studying, except for insurance and your visa costs. So these 2 will be not paid back because we will arrange your insurance. Yeah. We can check later if you want to on the website because there's exactly the amount. So we can check later.
Okay, maybe just one explanation or comment here. 那个荷兰的国际学生保险的价格啊，1年大约是在600多到700多欧元。那如果换算每个月多少台币的话，那大概就是1000多。我目前还很少听到说1个月要付到2000多台币的一个学生保险，所以就是这么简单。这个是你们自己要出的钱。那汉斯是有帮同学直接帮你报，那你大概也是付这个钱给学校。那其他的那个荷兰大学呢，基本上会要你像私人公司上网去买。但是这些事情的话，如果同学有问题的话，再来询问。还有没有其他同学有问题？现场还没有。
Do we also have questions in the chat? Probably. We have another one. Yeah, you had 2 questions. Yeah.
Due to the word in Auckland, so is there any change for the living expense in Netherlands? Like we need to spend more?
Well, the living expenses are going up. Housing is going up, but that's not at the moment not related to the war. But I think it's what happens all over the world is that living expenses are going up, and that will be the same in the Netherlands as well, but not demandly growing. The only thing that is going up at the moment is the energy price. So you will probably see that the rent for the housing will be more. Yeah, good question to keep in mind in your budget plan. Yes, very good. I think for the audience at home, because they probably didn't hear all the questions, we talked about insurance and we talked about living expenses. And I think for now, I'm out of time. I'm just looking at the organization of this webinar and this presentation. I think the next one will come in soon. And for now, thank you for attending. And again, we will be there. And for at home and also for you, the audience, please visit the open day on the 9th of December. And I wish you all